Hi there, my name is Tom, and let me straighten that out. There we go. And today's video is getting back to your emergency bag, which I haven't done one of these in a while, forgive me. But recently there was a big issue in Alaska. There was a typhoon. Currently, there's thousands of people displaced or just plain missing. One village had 90% of its homes wiped out. We'll find out later what out of the remaining 10% can be salvaged. Another village, 30% of the homes wiped out. It's a big problem. Evacuation orders didn't come out within a reasonable time frame, and as a result, there was people in the water. And this is to be expected, as the National Weather Service has been getting cut a lot, especially in Alaska. And the weather balloons they rely on to gather data to track storms, most of the funding for that has evaporated entirely. I can't fix that, but I can at least give you some ideas on what to have in your bag. And if you're in a flood-prone area, this is not the right bag. You should have a dry bag or something waterproof to keep your stuff in. But, number one, I promise I'm not going to pull out any strobe lights for anybody who's sensitive to strobes. But it's a good idea to have a strobe light, an emergency strobe light. One that's waterproof, which for these purposes, it's been verified by the Coast Guard that it passes a test where it's submerged under 6 feet of water for half of an hour, and when it comes out, everything on the inside is still completely dry. That's the kind of emergency strobe light you should get. The emergency strobe lights are supposed to be on a wavelength of light and at a timing that reduces the possibility of inducing a seizure. It's not to say it will guaranteed not cause any seizures, but they did put work. There is a lot of work that goes into a lot of strobe lights to try to prevent that problem. A headlamp, always a good thing to have. And I keep the batteries out of it until I need it. The batteries will last longer, and you don't have to worry about if they end up swelling up or leaking or whatever, that they ruin your headlamp. An emergency whistle for signaling. I did mention the strobe light. A navigational compass. Now, you probably aren't going to be like a Marine plotting your course over land, but if you see a radio tower with flashing lights on it and you kept your cell phone in a waterproof case, you could potentially contact rescue and give them a bearing from your location to a radio tower that has certain characteristics, like the light on top blinks once every 5 seconds and it has 4 total lights. And they'll send a helicopter down that bearing to try to find you. It's also good if your compass has a signaling mirror, so you can use that to direct sunlight and catch the attention of a boat. This one has a magnifying lens here, which is just like an added backup for fire starting. And that's everything that I keep in that one pocket. Now, it's good to have a bag that lets you organize things. In this pocket, I have a Mylar blanket. One side is bright orange and the other is shiny white. Easier to see that way. And this is a much larger, proper signaling mirror, and I kept the plastic protective foil over the mirror itself. I can peel that away when I need it, and it has a little a hole in the center to let you aim it. So that's a lot more helpful than the signaling mirror I showed you before. What that'll do is it will, again, more effectively let you see where rescue can potentially come from. Let me close that back up. Now again, you want a dry bag for flood-prone areas, but you work with what you got and you build up to it if you can't just buy everything all at once. Again, nobody's coming to save you beforehand. They will come after the emergency has happened, though. That's still a thing. You just have to be able to make it until the rescue arrives. So again, whistles, strobe lights, signaling mirrors, a useful compass, yeah, that's pretty much all there is for this particular video. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and have a great day.